Okay, so now that the camera's working, morning everybody. My speech today is about the topic of adoption. That's something that's really near and dear to my heart because I have 4 siblings who are adopted, and we've actually just started the process to adopt another girl. So I thought that I would let you guys know some of the things that go along with adoption, because it's not just, oh, well, we really like this person and stuff and want them to join our family. It really is kind of work. I have 3 particular sisters that I can use as this example because all 3 of them were completely unique as they started fitting into our family. My first sister, Heather, joined us when she was 13 years old. This is her and my sister 2 weeks ago. They went on a cruise for her 16th birthday. And Heather, when she first came, she fit so well into our family. 2 days after she came to my house, for the first time ever, she'd never been there before, she was already calling my parents mom and dad. She would cry when she had to go back to her foster family because she just wanted to stay with us. We gave her a Christmas card and stuff that had all of our family on it, and she started keeping that under her pillow because she felt like that was her real family. That her biological family, they weren't really hers anymore. And she fit great. Within 3 weeks, she was at our house permanently and stuff. She was our Christmas present that year. We got her on December 24th. And we didn't have any sort of disciplinary issues with her. She fit right in. She was fine with our rules and stuff. She did fantastic. And it was really awesome. She was the story that you hear about with adoption so much, the perfect fit. My second sister, Star, didn't fit quite as well. Star has intellectual disabilities, which is a fancy way of saying that her brain doesn't think as fast as ours do, and that she's a little bit cognitive delayed. She doesn't understand things as well. Mentally, she's probably about 6 years old. Star had some more issues. Her family was really big on family. Family was everything to them, but they just couldn't take care of her, so she got taken away. Anytime that she would see a member of her biological family, or even if the first foster home she was at, she would revert back to that stage where she had to care for herself, and she doesn't know how to do that. She would bite, kick, and scratch. She would scream and fuss and fight and things, and it just... When she was good, she was fantastic. She fit really well into our family. But we had to be really careful about what we said to her or how we worded things and stuff, because it might set her off, and it might make her go back to a time where she wasn't as happy and where she didn't really understand what was going on. So that was a little bit more difficult, but we've managed to work through it now, and now she talks about her biological family and stuff, and she's still a little confused about when she was with her biological family because of her cognitive delays, but at the same time, she's so much better than she was, and she's so much happier now. My third sister, Olivia, I don't have any pictures of her, unfortunately, has something called reactive attachment disorder, though. Reactive attachment disorder is when a child before the age of 5 does not receive the care they need, whether it's physical touching and stuff, where they need to be hugged and kissed and tucked into bed and stuff at night, or it's an emotional thing where they get that, but their parents don't really mean it, or they're just kind of left on their own in the corner for a while and stuff while their parents go do their drugs or drink, or even just go out and have fun with their friends. Olivia was severely abused by her biological father, and that really created a rift in her. Emotionally, she's probably at about age 2. You talk to her and she seems like any normal 12-year-old girl, and she acts usually like a normal 12-year-old girl, but her behaviors and stuff that you don't see are just insane. Like, she's had to be institutionalized twice, and the therapist is trying to get us to institutionalize her a 3rd time since she's been at my house for 2 years. Just because her behaviors are so bad, but her brain has trained itself to think this is the only way of life. Olivia is the worst case scenario for adoption, I guess you would say, because you never hear about these children. According to one study, though, that, one second, let me get the name, that Gail Horner performed, approximately 60% of children who are available for adoption have some sort of reactive attachment disorder. So think about that. In every 10 children, 6 of them will have some sort of issue that you might not be able to work through and stuff immediately. Adoption is an absolutely fantastic thing. It really does change your life forever, and it alters these girls' lives. Well, any of them, but these girls specifically. Just to know that there's somewhere that they belong, that's their forever family. They're not getting moved around. They don't have to worry about if they're getting their next meal or if they're going to be able to get to school because there's going to be someone to take them to school. But at the same time, you have to weigh in. Do you have the time to help them work through their emotional issues, through the past problems that they've had? Olivia especially has really shown my family that we need to dedicate a little bit more time to her. My mom has actually quit her job and been staying home with Olivia for the past 2 years. So it's really been an eye-opening experience to see how things are. Bradley, where am I with time?
I don't actually know. I forgot to start it. I would say about 5 minutes.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope that that educates you guys a little bit on adoption.
Great, good job. Thank you. And then if you can collect the peer evaluation forms, if you guys want all your points, make sure that you give constructive feedback, criticism. Just make sure you fill it out completely. And then you can go collect those. Good job, Hannah.